don't know where I come up with stupid crap like that.
Not Nebraska.
Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast, where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by listening and reacting to Radiohead songs one at a time, where he reacts for the first time and I react for the umpteenth millionth time. So I don't think that's a real thing, umpteenth million. So surprised. Last video, no comments about Jacob's haircut.
Yeah, come on.
How come nobody noticed that Jacob cut half an inch off of his hair?
Yeah.
I took him and his brothers out to get their hair cut, and they all got respectable haircuts, and you kept them up, right?
I asked to cut it down, and they cut
That's
down
right.
half an inch.
And I paid them.
Yep.
Yeah. And tipped them. That's fine. That's good.
Got your money's worth.
Yes, I did. Yep. And you're happy, and we're happy, and you look good.
Yep.
If you're new to this channel, we do react to Radiohead music. Jacob listens to the song, and then we go back and he makes comments about what he's heard and gives it a score, 0 to 10, and lets us know what he thinks of that song. Today we're doing Lotus Flower from 2011's The King of Limbs. The King of Limbs was after In Rainbows. In Rainbows was a very popular album with great melodies, great use of sound and rhythm. But by the time King of Limbs was recorded, they were really in the mood to try something different. They said they didn't want to go down and just do a bunch of chord progressions again. They didn't want to go down and just use a computer to write their music. They wanted to basically do a lot of looping and sampling. So that's what they did. They looped and sampled themselves. They just recorded snippets and just repeated those snippets. And a lot of work on the part of Johnny Greenwood and a lot of work of improvisation to the point of perfection. And a very interesting way to make an album. And it's an electronic, rhythm-heavy album. Lotus Flower happens to be the one song from the album that probably could have been released as a single. It's definitely one of those albums that you want to sit down and you want to go through it. You want to hear how each song changes your mood to get ready for the next song. So it's dangerous to take a snippet of it and say, what do you think? Without hearing the rest of it, but that's what we do on this channel. We understand it's a reaction channel. Jacob, what do you know about Lotus Flower?
It's a flower.
So yeah, a lotus flower is a flower. That's correct. It's a beautiful water-based flower. Water-based flower, you know what I mean. If you know anything about Lotus Flower, whether you know it or not, you might know the meme that was very popular from the music video. The music video sees Tom York dancing very strangely to the entire song, and I'll show you a snippet of it after we listen to the song. But it's actually a great video for a lot of reasons. Visually, it's great, but I really enjoy Tom York expressing himself chaotically to a song that is the least chaotic song on the entire album, and really by Radiohead in a long time. If you haven't heard the song before, or if you haven't heard the song in a while, we've added the video down in the description. Please watch the video, listen to the song, maybe even pause it right now, get a chance to hear the whole song so you know what Jacob's reacting to. It's a beautiful song, a great song, great rhythm. Why am I reviewing it when we haven't even done it yet?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
You're hyping it up too much.
That's right. That's right. Oh, and everyone's going to get on. You hyped it up too much. We are doing Lotus Flower today as requested by you guys. Hippie Days, Kenny Gunawan, J.O., and 722Daro. Those are just a few. We actually had quite a lot of requests for Lotus Flower. And I got to tell you, if I were going to just pick on my own desires, I would not start with Lotus Flower from King of Limbs. But that's what the people want. That's what the people get. Sometimes, if I'm in the mood. Let's not waste any more time. Let's listen to Lotus Flower.
What are the odds he paused it at the intro?
The odds
Really?
were 100%.
Yep. Really mysterious intro. It's mysterious, you know? It's creepy. It's...
No one's forcing you to stop it at the intro.
I know. It's a good place to cut off.
Okay. And that was a longer intro, so it wasn't just... And great bass. Great bass.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop it if the intro's like 10 seconds long. Or maybe I already
you
did
have.
that. Yeah.
I was shaped myself into
It's really hard to say stuff about this song right now. I don't know, maybe just I'm tired or something. Like, it's not bad, it's just weird. It's creepy and it's mysterious and yeah.
There's a lot of syncopated rhythm. Syncopation, of course, is the interruption of normal meter and time, and good syncopation always leaves the listener anticipating the return to normal rhythm and time. And so there's a lot of that in this song, and you just can't deny the fact that Tom York's falsetto is so haunting. And I think that might be what you're thinking of when it's just spooky. The lyrics are actually not spooky. It's a very beautiful, positive song. But certainly he sings it spookily. Totally good word.
Yep.
Totally real word.
Slowly we all fall as low as flowers, 'cause all I want is the moon upon a stage, just to see what it, just to feel your fast ballooning head, listen to your
So I don't know why, but when you started singing the chorus, I just felt like I was in the car from a long drive home at night. I'm just in the car, I'm just listening to my music, and this song comes on, I'm going to listen to it. That's just what this song reminds me of.
Interesting. It makes you feel like this is the type of song you would listen in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas Stop Whispering you saw in a movie of a car driving away in the distance.
Yeah.
And this is more of something you're listening to. So I've listened to The King of Limbs a lot lately, and it is good travel ambient music. You just got to pay attention to the road, got to know where you're at and know where you're going, or you may end up in Nebraska. For those of you who live in Nebraska, no worries. Sometimes it's all right to end up in Nebraska. But if you're trying to get to Washington and you end up in Nebraska, something's wrong.
Yep.
Or the music was really good.
Yep.
They were shaking and be quiet as mine, while the cat is away. Do what we want, do what we want. There's an empty space inside my heart with a wasting, so now I set you free, I set you free. 'Cause all is the moon upon a stage, just to see what if, just to see what if. Birds flown into my room. Slowly we unfold as low as flowers, a dance around your pain. The darkness is beneath. I can't kick you out just to feed your fast, but listen to your
So it's just like a bunch of their other songs. I forgot what some of their other songs are called. But it's just a song where they keep the same rhythm going the whole time, for the most part. And it's just one of those songs you have to listen to over and over again to really enjoy it. And so I'm going to rank it now. It's a 6, just like the other songs that you have to really listen to over and over to really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's consistent. I think you did that with Reckoner,
Yeah.
which I think very much fits that pattern. Weird Fishes,
Yeah.
you did that. For those in Rainbow fans whose faces are melting when he says those kinds of things, he's just saying he needs to hear it more. He'll have this in his head later, I guarantee it. There's no way not to. I love those rhythms are so great. Leading into that last chorus, that refrain before the chorus, those rhythms that build that up are just really exciting. That is a good song to listen to when you're not focusing on other tasks, but when you want to be in yourself. And driving by yourself at night is a great time for it. Sitting in your room doing your homework is a great time for it. At a party is a great time for it. then you can dance like Tom York. So just so you're aware, I just showed Jacob the Lotus Flower video. Check it out. Try to mimic some of those moves. Man, they're good. And it's good stuff. But it matches this song actually pretty brilliantly. It's not just, hey, Tom, do your thing. I mean, he's clearly doing his own thing. But he's doing his own thing in the expression of this unpredictable, predictable song. And I know I'm sounding ridiculous and cliched there by saying that, but it is an unpredictable, predictable song. You know the rhythm, you know what he's doing. It's actually a relatively classically laid out song for the King of Limbs, which is otherwise not classically laid out, but still has surprises, still has interruption, still has syncopation, not just of rhythm, but of thought and of and beauty. I'm getting weird now. That's all right. I can get weird. 6, you said.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I think I almost cried when you gave Let Down a 5. Did you give it a 5?
Maybe.
Oh, my gosh.
I need to hear it again.
Crime. Let's do a couple of comments. Some of your comments from our last video, Stop Whispering. Thrimpton, that's your name, says, in an earlier video, Scott, you commented that one of your favorite Radiohead songs wasn't even on one of their albums. I'm going to guess that song is The Daily Mail. If I'm right, you should review it with Jacob. If I'm wrong, you should review it anyway. It's a brilliant track. Yes, we should review it. The Daily Mail is a great song. It comes from out of nowhere. A great haunting start to a raucous, beautiful song that's reminiscent of earlier Radiohead combined with some from some more recent King of Limbs type stuff. But no, the Daily Mail is... So for Radiohead fans, and Thrimpton, you can agree with this, several commenters have, it's really hard to pin down a favorite Radiohead song. For years, I said my favorite Radiohead song was Fake Plastic Trees. And I'd probably still put it really high up there. But then you listen to everything else and you're like, oh, it just depends on what mood I'm in. It depends on who I'm talking to, what I'm trying to convince them of. But, I mean, I think that is an almost flawless, beautiful, almost perfect song. And we'll get into that one when we finally hit it. We'll keep it a secret which one is my favorite. But when we finally do my favorite, I'm excited about that one because it's been my favorite for a long time for various reasons. Definitely a good guess on that one, though, because the Daily Mail is great. There are a number of Radiohead non-album, non-LP songs that are just great. And you can make up an entire double album of Radiohead B-sides that are just as awesome. I really like Palo Alto. Palo Alto doesn't get a lot of love all the time. Pearly is classic. We can go Cut Tooth. I love the rhythm of Cut Tooth. These are all great. But yeah, we'll get to some of these B-sides. We need to get to these B-sides. Surprisingly, this was the first song we did from The King of Limbs, one of their studio albums. And then one of our commenters who actually requested the Lotus Flower today was J.O., and he made this comment on the last video. Well, this will get no views because it's Pablo Honey. Body Snatchers, very upbeat song. Body Snatchers is a very upbeat song, a very good song, and I can't wait to get back to that one. But you're exactly right. We knew I knew when I did Stop Whispering that A, Jacob would like it because it's a good rock song, rock ballad, and B, it would not get a lot of views. We're having a hard time, and we're not even worried about anymore what gets a lot of views and what doesn't get a lot of views. Right now, we're just trying to go around, bounce around. Obviously, Jacob likes the upbeat stuff more, so we can stick with upbeat stuff and maybe never miss, but we really want to hit a little bit of everything. But I know when we go back to the Benz, when we go back to the Pablo Honey, for some reason, they're just... Maybe it's just what people are searching on YouTube, and they're not searching that. But Stop Whispering is a great song, and I can't wait to get back to more Pablo Honey. But good call, J.O., you're exactly right. We know that's the case. Go back and watch all those if you haven't watched them already. We have more subscribers than we do views for that particular video at the time of this recording. Mm-hmm. So come on, subscribers, at least watch the video and tell us what you think of Stop Whispering. Tell us what you think of Lotus Flower. Beautiful song. Great song. It's going to stick in your head for a long time. Let's do some artwork. So this is her picture. That's a girl saying that, let's say, gone equals she's disappeared. So she's disappeared. And the other girl, the blonde girl on the left, according to my daughter, is wondering what she's doing with her life. And you notice that she put in the upper right-hand corner a sun. What's she doing? Trying to copy the other artist? I didn't get a big explanation, and I didn't ask a lot of questions. But that's what she thought of when she heard that song. And then the boy, that is a person down smelling a lotus flower. I showed him a picture of a lotus flower. And that's supposed to be a flower in the water, and the guy is crouched down smelling it, and the other guy is smiling, saying something like, that's a lotus flower. I don't remember what it says. He wrote in green at the top. It's this lime green that you cannot see, the medium he chose. But look what he has in his upper right corner. The return of the sun. That is something he likes to do in his artwork. They really enjoy doing the art, but I think songs like Lotus Flower and Weird Fishes and Reckoner, I think those all kind of confuse them more than a direct message like Stop Whispering or something like that. We appreciate, as always, all the likes, all the comments, always positive comments. Keep leaving comments. There's not a comment that we don't read. There's a lot of discussion about our podcast here in this household amongst my friends, amongst people at work. So your comments and your suggestions are all noted by others. And so we appreciate the community, the talk. Continue to suggest modern music that we can do in our viewer request reactions. We are still coming up, and we have a good way, we think, of doing a lot more of those for you guys. As long as you don't beat us up afterwards. Boy, those Muse fans, they were going to come at us with pitchforks and torches. Continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
The 15th floor.